There are millions of people walking around every single day carrying a pressure inside of them that nobody sees. They smile at work, laugh at jokes, pay bills, help family members, and try to survive the madness of life while holding together a nervous system that has been overloaded for years. Then one small thing happens. Somebody says the wrong thing. A plan changes at the last minute. A phone call comes at the wrong time. A simple misunderstanding explodes into a full emotional storm. Suddenly, voices rise, doors slam, relationships crack, and afterward comes the same painful question. Why did I react like that? Most people looking from the outside only see the explosion. They never see the emotional weight that built up before it. They never see the sleepless nights, the swallowed frustrations, the years of disappointment, rejection, fear, pressure, loneliness, and emotional exhaustion that filled the glass long before the final drop caused it to spill over. Society loves to judge reactions while completely ignoring the suffering that created them. Too many people have been labeled difficult, toxic, dramatic, unstable, or crazy, when the truth is far deeper than that. Many people are not evil. They're overwhelmed. They are emotionally overloaded and mentally exhausted. They are surviving life with a nervous system that never truly learned how to feel safe. That changes everything once you understand it. The dangerous part is that many people do not even realize they are living in survival mode. They think their reactions are just their personality. They believe they were simply born angry. But anger usually does not appear out of nowhere. Anger is often the smoke coming from an emotional fire that has been burning quietly for years beneath the surface. This conversation matters because too many good people secretly hate themselves after they lose control emotionally. They sit alone, replaying arguments in their head, drowning in guilt, wondering why they cannot stay calm like everybody else. But the truth is that anger is often connected to pain that was never understood, fear that was never healed, and emotions that were never given a safe place to exist. One of the biggest lies people are told is that anger is always a character flaw. That is not true. Many people explode emotionally because their nervous system is overloaded before the day even begins. They wake up already carrying stress, anxiety, fear, frustration, financial pressure, emotional exhaustion, and unresolved emotional wounds from years ago. By the time another problem appears, there's no emotional space left inside them to handle it calmly. This is why small situations can create massive reactions. It is not always about the situation itself. It's about the emotional buildup underneath it. A person already carrying 90% emotional pressure does not need much to overflow. That final trigger may seem tiny to others, but internally it feels like the breaking point after carrying too much for too long. The human brain was designed to protect us from danger. Deep inside the brain is a small area called the amygdala. Its job is to detect threats and activate survival mode. Years ago, this system protected human beings from physical danger. But today, the brain often reacts to emotional stress as if it were physical danger. Rejection, criticism, disrespect, uncertainty, abandonment, embarrassment, and conflict can all trigger the same survival response. When this happens, the body floods with stress hormones. Heart rate increases, muscles tighten, thoughts race. The logical part of the brain begins shutting down while survival mode takes over. This is why people often say things they regret during anger. In those moments, logic is no longer fully in control. The nervous system is reacting first, while the rational mind struggles to catch up afterward. This is why telling somebody to just calm down rarely works in the middle of emotional overload. Once survival mode activates, the body is already preparing for battle. The anger may look irrational from the outside, but internally, the nervous system truly believes danger is present. Many emotional reactions begin long before adulthood. Childhood experiences shape the way people respond to stress, fear, conflict, and emotional pain later in life. Some people grow up in homes where emotions were ignored, mocked, punished, or treated like weakness. Others grew up surrounded by chaos, instability, emotional neglect, criticism, fear, or constant tension. A child living in emotional uncertainty learns to stay alert. Their nervous system adapts to survive. Over time, they become emotionally hyper-aware, constantly scanning for danger, rejection, disappointment, or emotional pain. What started as survival in childhood eventually becomes automatic behavior in adulthood. Many people were never taught how to safely express sadness, fear, loneliness, insecurity, or disappointment. Anger became the only emotion that felt powerful enough to protect them. Sadness felt weak. Vulnerability felt dangerous. Fear felt embarrassing, but anger felt strong. Anger created distance. Anger created control. Anger demanded attention. That emotional wiring does not disappear simply because somebody becomes an adult. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. So when life creates stress, uncertainty, criticism, or emotional tension, old survival patterns react automatically. The adult may logically understand the situation is small, but emotionally, the nervous system is responding to years of unresolved emotional pain underneath it. This is why healing anger requires more than suppressing reactions. Real healing means understanding the emotional tools beneath the behavior. It means asking deeper questions instead of only judging the surface reaction. What pain is hiding underneath the rage? What fear is being triggered? What emotional wound keeps reopening every time life becomes stressful? These are the things that we have to ask. Anger is rarely the first emotion. Most of the time, anger is the bodyguard protecting softer emotions hiding underneath it. Beneath the anger, there is often fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of failure, fear of losing control, fear of not being respected or valued. Underneath anger, there is often shame. Many people secretly feel they are not enough, not successful enough, not loved enough, not important enough. Every criticism or disappointment touches that hidden insecurity and creates emotional pain that quickly transforms into frustration or rage. There is also loneliness hiding underneath anger. Many emotionally reactive people feel deeply misunderstood. They struggle to explain what they're feeling because they themselves do not fully understand it. They want connection, support, patience, and understanding, but their reactions often push people away instead. That creates a painful emotional cycle. A person feels overwhelmed and emotionally unsafe. They react strongly. Other people pull away to protect themselves. The emotionally reactive person then feels abandoned or rejected, which increases the emotional pain already living inside of them. The cycle repeats again and again until relationships begin to fall apart. The saddest part is that many emotionally reactive people are not trying to hurt others. Many are desperately trying to protect themselves from emotional pain they never learned how to process in healthy ways. They are carrying emotional wounds that have been ignored for years while life keeps adding more pressure on top of them. The good news is that emotional reactions can change. The brain and nervous system can heal when people begin understanding what is happening inside themselves instead of only judging themselves harshly. Healing begins with awareness. The first step is learning to pause before reacting. Even a few seconds can interrupt survival mode long enough for the rational mind to reconnect. That pause may feel impossible at first, but with practice, it becomes stronger. A pause creates choice. Without a pause, reactions stay automatic. The second step is learning to identify the emotion underneath the anger. Instead of only saying, "I'm angry," people must learn to ask deeper questions. Am I hurt? Am I afraid? Am I overwhelmed? Am I feeling rejected, disrespected, ignored, exhausted, or emotionally unsafe? Naming the real emotion weakens the power anger has over the mind and body. Another important step is learning how to release emotional pressure before it builds too high. Many people hold everything inside until they explode. That creates emotional overload. Journaling, walking, deep breathing, therapy, prayer, meditation, exercise, honest conversations, and emotional self-awareness all help reduce the pressure living inside the nervous system. People must also stop seeing themselves as monsters because they struggle emotionally. Self-hatred only deepens emotional pain. Accountability matters, but healing cannot grow inside constant shame. People heal faster when they begin understanding themselves with honesty, compassion, patience, and responsibility instead of endless self-destruction. The truth is that emotional healing is not about becoming emotionless. It is about learning how to feel emotions without becoming controlled by them. It is about teaching the nervous system that it no longer has to live in constant survival mode. Too many people secretly believe they are broken forever because they struggle with anger. That is a lie. Human beings are shaped by experiences, environments, trauma, pressure, fear, and emotional conditioning. But healing is possible when people finally become willing to face the pain underneath the reactions. Nobody wakes up hoping to destroy relationships or hurt the people they care about. Most emotionally reactive people are exhausted from fighting battles inside themselves that nobody else can see. They're tired of apologizing, tired of feeling guilty, tired of feeling emotionally out of control. But awareness changes everything. Once people begin understanding how survival mode works, they stop seeing themselves only as angry individuals and start recognizing the emotional wounds driving the behavior. That understanding becomes the beginning of real healing instead of endless self-hatred. Peace does not come overnight. Healing emotional patterns takes patience, self-awareness, discipline, honesty, and support. But every moment of self-awareness creates progress. Every pause before reacting matters. Every effort to understand the emotion underneath the anger matters. The goal is not perfection. The goal is emotional freedom. The goal is learning how to respond instead of automatically reacting. The goal is creating relationships built on understanding instead of fear. The goal is finally teaching the nervous system that safety, peace, and emotional stability are possible. And for every person struggling silently with emotional overload, understand this clearly. You're not alone in this fight. Your anger may have protected you once, but it does not have to control the rest of your life. Healing begins the moment you stop running from the truth underneath the fire. So to take away with this, if you don't remember anything about these words, remember, when anger comes, there's something below it. You have to identify what that is driving the anger. So it's not that you're just an angry person. You're a person who has something going on under the anger. And before you react, train yourself to pause. That pause creates a sense of control, believe it or not. And think, because when you get into survival mode, things can unravel quickly and you'll regret oftentimes that reaction. So let's try to pause and let's try to end our meditation, our quiet time, our long walks in nature, or just the still time that we have that pops up on us randomly, to think about what we're really feeling underneath. And you'll gain tremendous insight and control and healing over yourself once you understand that. You see, I was raised in a very nice home, taught me a lot, wisdom, but for some reason, I was very angry. Not walking around angry, but when anger came, oh boy, it was something. Sometimes it was proper to use the anger when approached and violated by people who wanted to pick a fight with me, and they got the wrong end or the bad end of the stick. But when it came to other times, when I bottled things up and didn't speak about my feelings, and once it exploded really bad. Now, if somebody puts their hand on you, you have the right to send them to the hospital. But in normal situations, when little things happen that cause you to overflow with emotion, usually the anger, then you have to face that 90% of emotion and frustration of what you have on the inside. That's your job to do. But I understand it, because lots of times I would try to be the nice guy and folks would try to step on my toes, try to disrespect me because they thought I might have been soft. And once they got to a certain point, yes, they found out the hard way. I'm not proud about that. But even so, people try to understand that you don't know what's inside somebody's head. You don't know what they're feeling. And my mother told me, she said, Lance, you really got to work on that explosion. We know most of the time you're not the cause of the situation, but it's something that scares me. And we don't want you ending up incarcerated. I wasn't a bully, but I took a lot. And then when it blowed back in a person's face or a group's face, they regretted it. I regretted it too, but it was pretty much justified. But I still could not walk around ready to defend myself on all levels when I need to master myself. So pretty much now, at this point in my life, and many decades before, I've mastered it. But there are times when it's justified when somebody gets in your face or puts their hand on you. For me, that's when it explodes. And I pray that I'm not in a situation like that again. I'm too old for that stuff, and I have nothing to prove. But constant meditation, spending time with yourself, understanding yourself, will keep the emotional slate clean, where you have no buildup and no blockage that will allow you to explode in a way that you will regret. Trust me, I know. Anyway, I hope you got something from these words. It's something of a topic that really means something to me, and I wouldn't want anybody out here to get caught up in a situation that could have been avoided. And for me, when I got into bodybuilding and going to the gym 6 and 7 days a week, that's something that I can channel my energy into, because the environment growing up in New York City, at the time, you had the drugs, you had the gangs, you had the shootings, and my beautiful neighborhood began to change, New York City. So I had to change, because there was a lot to get caught up in out there that I could have got caught up in, not because I was doing anything wrong, but I could have reacted to the aggressions that were levied my way. So I thank the Creator for that, and I made it through. Much love to you all. Lance Scurv out. Let me hear from you in the comments section, and whatever other topics that you'd like for me to speak on, because I love to go deep. Peace out, everybody.